The 2004 BMW 530i isn't the most beautiful car in the world.
Chris Bangle's E60 generation design is controversial, which is unfortunate because the E39 generation 5 Series looked so damn good.
But there are some major improvements in the E60. It now sports a 3-liter inline-six with 225 horsepower and 214 foot-pounds of torque. The car now reaches 60 miles an hour in only 6.8 seconds, loads faster than the E39 530.
It's even lighter than the previous generation, despite its 2.6-inch longer body, 3,472 pounds. We triple-checked that number as it seemed too light to be true, and because of this, it achieves a class-leading 21 miles per gallon city and 31 miles per gallon highway rating.
The interior quality is superb, and the legroom is phenomenal. It's even reliable. Quite simply, this is one of the best sedans you can buy for the money. And the greatest part is, it's less than 15 grand. The interior of this car is miles ahead of the E39's interior in terms of both luxury and comfort and the amenities that it has to offer.
It's also the first 5 Series to have the new iDrive system.
Which is absolute garbage.
Yeah, in this generation it is. That's the BMW's user interface for the onboard computer.
The wood trim is nice looking. Looks classy. I like that it has wood and silver trim. Black leather seats look pretty good. I want to check out the let's check out the headroom in the back. Plenty of headroom. Yeah, not even close to hitting. And a lot of cars do struggle with that in the rear seats. It's got a lot more legroom than a 3 Series. Definitely a comfortable place to be.
All right, we're just going to start this up. One thing to note, this 530 has a key start. A lot of the E60s actually have button starts, so that means that this was one of the early models. This is also the first year that they only had 2 gauges on the dash. Normally there are 4. It's missing the coolant and the fuel gauge, which the fuel gauge is now moved to the bottom of the speedometer, and the coolant level, the temperature sensor, is gone entirely. All right, let's start it up. Not the most responsive throttle pedal on the market, but it's not too slouchy either. There are plenty of cars that are less responsive.
All right, so we're about to take this 530 for a drive. The car automatically locks as you go over 5 miles an hour.
Means if you want to jump out on the highway, you're going to have to think twice about doing it.
Yeah, these cars, you have to pull the door handle twice. Once you pull it to unlock the car, and the second time you pull it to actually open the door, which I find to be a good invention. Others think it is the stupidest thing ever. At slow speeds, this car does not feel like a big car. It feels kind of like a 3 Series, which is terrific because when you're a passenger or just experiencing the legroom and the headroom, it feels like a 5 Series. So you get the drivability of a smaller car and the handling of a 3 Series.
Definitely more comfortable than the 3 Series, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I drove a E90 330, which is a similar generation to this car, the newer body style, and it was much more cramped. But at the same time, despite that, the handling and the feel of the car, it doesn't feel that much smaller. So this offers the best of both worlds. The handling and the acceleration of this car are great. And the brakes are terrific as well. Yeah, it's certainly for the middle of the road 5 Series quicker than the previous generations.
Yeah.
Definitely. The steering wheel is tight, the steering is direct, it's responsive, and it's what BMW is known for.
Yeah, definitely.
If you buy an A6 or a Mercedes E350, it does not have the same handling and drivability as a car like this does. Yeah, this is a fun car. I'm on a very twisty, tight road that probably would be more suited to a Lotus, but at the same time, it handles well.
Yeah, and especially from the passenger seat too. It's very secure feeling. Feels like it can take on any of these turns we're throwing at it.
Yeah. So we'll let Spencer drive and get his opinion of it. Yeah. So from the passenger seat, the seat's all the way back, and you'd have to be pretty darn tall. I mean, 6'5" wouldn't even cut it for you to be complaining about legroom.
No.
You got plenty. And even with it all the way back, we sat in the back of the car with the seats pushed back, and you still had plenty of legroom. So you don't need a 7 Series in order to have a comfortable ride for the passengers and the driver.
Yeah, this is a lot bigger than the last generation 5 Series as far as interior room goes, for sure.
It is. This is honestly as big as the E38 7 Series.
Yeah.
And every generation, that seems to happen. It almost seems like the new 3 Series is as big as this car.
This car is, yeah. And that's something BMW is doing, unfortunately, because of American buyers predominantly, where, you know, they buy a 5 Series, they buy a 3 Series, and they go, oh, it's nice, I just want a little more room. And instead of buying the 5 Series, they tell BMW the 3 Series is too small. So each year these cars are getting bigger, and while that may be good for practicality reasons, it often kind of dilutes the driving characteristics of the car.
Yeah.
Engine sounds good too.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Yeah, BMW is known for their straight 6 engines. It's kind of how the company built its reputation, and fortunately this car has one of the last naturally aspirated non-turbo straight 6s the company ever built. Let's talk about the maintenance history. Do you know anything about what this owner has been through in terms of dealing with the car's maintenance?
Yeah, so the owner of this car has said that he has had 0 problems. Literally nothing has gone wrong. That means the only expenses are oil changes, brakes, gas, and tires.
And we'll be honest, in the BMW world, a 100% perfect maintenance car is rare, and paying very little for maintenance is rare. But they're not expensive to maintain compared to any other premium luxury car. I think another thing to consider is these cars are everywhere. You will have no problem finding a used 5 Series. You won't have any problem finding parts for it. It's a much easier ownership experience compared to a less produced car, because there will be so much more parts available. They'll also be cheaper.
This is an incredible car to be driving at a young age.
Yeah.
This is something that when it was new, people who had worked their entire lives, this is a retirement gift. This is a midlife crisis purchase. But now this is affordable to someone with a minimum wage job who's saved up for a while, who knew they wanted a nice car for their 16th or their 20th birthday or graduation.
Yeah. The first time I was able to drive a E60 5 Series this generation, I think I was 16 or 17, and it was just like the coolest experience ever. I never thought I could drive something that looked like this and had the BMW badge on it and sounded like a BMW at such a young age. And to think of owning one at a similar age is a really awesome deal.
So for $12,000, which this car can be easily found for, because like Spencer said, there's so many of them, this thing's incredible.
Yeah.
It's fun to drive, it's spacious, luxurious. It's definitely got the impressive factor, you know, if that matters to you, driving a car like a BMW or a German car.
For car people like us, 12 grand for a sedan, hard to think of anything better in that price range, to be honest.
Yeah, seriously.
For used sedans, we should add.
Yeah, for $12,000 for a new sedan, you're not getting anything. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe.
Visit us at www.vehicle-virgins.com.
Thanks so much.